Go back and watch the anime.
Box.
What up?
Yo.
Hey,
Hello,
welcome back, everybody. First, before we start off, I'd like to apologize for missing the last 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago, there was a massive storm coming in, and usually that interferes with web down here for some reason. So we didn't want to take a chance with us cutting in and out live on air because it happened the week before. And then this past Sunday, Father's Day, it just people were busy. We just couldn't get aligned. So like we had to call it. So we're going to cram in like one topic from last week into this week's topic that we wanted to cover. And then we'll talk about a whole bunch of other stuff that's going on in the horror world. We do have RJ with us. We have Shannon with us. We have King Matthew with us.
What's going on, people?
So let's say a quick hello to everybody. But RJ has said that he has just come back from seeing Supergirl.
Oh god.
He thought it was fine, but generic.
That's
Disappointed.
About the movie.
Disappointed. As a fan,
I'm not even wasting. I'm not wasting.
Fan
a
of the
free
graphic
AMC
novel
on that.
As a
My
fan of the
assumption
graphic
was that-
novel, I was disappointed, man.
So we'll
not
talk
doing it.
about the review in a second. But so it did like 38 million, 68 million worldwide. It's got a $168 million budget that it's going to have to catch up to. The unfortunate thing is with movies like this, there's usually a drop off of 40% in the second weekend, and this has bad word of mouth, so it may tank even further. It opened worse than Morbius. So
And too much is coming out. And too much is coming out between now and Spider-Man.
Well, it's up against. First of all, it's up against Toy Story, right? And Toy Story annihilated everything.
Toy Story
in its first weekend.
Yeah. And it's only going to do that for all of July up until a brand new day.
Yeah.
Well, no, because July you have Odyssey.
You got the Minions this week.
Toy Story's still gonna make
this week. The Minions come out.
The Minions
gonna make money too. But Toy Story is going to continuously make money though until
of course.
Toy Story is not that bad. It was a lot better than Part 4. It was a lot better than Part 4.
As long
was it really?
4,
yeah.
4 was bad.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Part 3 was a wrap up, and Part 4 was just dog shit. Honestly.
Yeah.
No offense.
Well, think about this, man. They've missed a big opportunity, and we can talk about this more. When we do our geek stuff and our fan stuff.
Yeah.
But dude, how the hell do you drop the ball and not do Andy's kids taking his toys? How do you drop that ball?
So I don't know if this is much of a spoiler. This is really more connected to Part 2 because it's Jesse's story. So we get to explore Jesse's whole entire story and stuff like that. So I thought that was really nice. It's still it's not anywhere close to the first 3. Not anywhere close, but it's a lot better than Part 4.
Listen, all I'm saying is though, Part 4 has one saving grace, and it was the bunny and the duck, dude. Yo, I was laughing hard.
Yeah,
those were my favorite toys in the 4th one.
Yeah.
I was, like that, hands down. Too bad. Are they back in the 5th one or no? You can ruin that for me.
Not really.
Damn.
Yeah, not really.
Well, they were surprised at a carnival, weren't they? They were very
but they did go to Bonnie's house, so they are Bonnie's toys now. But I will say this: so like Toy Story 5, it's should you go out and see it with all the movies that are coming out? Maybe if you're a fan of the franchise, go and see it. Yeah. Supergirl, it's so Marcus, you went and saw it, right?
Yeah, I went and saw it, man.
Right. So we talked about it earlier in the week, right? So you saw the stuff that I saw. Go ahead, I'll let you go first.
Yeah, it was just the CGI was messed up. The editing was bad. The pacing was bad. The saving grace of the movie, Millie Alcock in a role was actually decent. It was just the writing was bad, and same thing with Momoa. Momoa was good as Lobo, but he didn't get enough screen time as much as like the side characters and Superman got. You know what I mean? Compared to them, yeah, it just didn't work for me. And again, as a fan of the graphic novel Woman of Tomorrow, which was an awesome read, this was awful. It was awful.
Yeah. So like, the lighting is bad, right? They had a lot of shots that were into the light, so it kind of blurred stuff around. They put a lot of
didn't work.
Yeah, the needle drop. Trying to do a James Gunn movie is horrible.
Yeah.
The fight scenes were a lot of the big fight scenes were all background fight scenes. So like you would focus on a character that was not in the fight, and you just see the action. It's like why? Like why are we doing this campy, jokey shit, man? Like I'm so tired of the James Gunn formula. I've been tired of the James Gunn formula for a long time, and now we have a director that's just trying to emulate it, man. Like the look is all Guardians of the Galaxy. The jokes are all the same. Like the same middle finger, trench coat, headphone wearing main character for Supergirl as Star-Lord. It just doesn't work anymore. They need to he needs to go, honestly. Like I called it earlier. I don't think he's making 5 films in the universe, and this movie's tanking. It could be that's it.
I hope.
Like my fingers are truly crossed for Clayface, man. Like I pray to God that Clayface really, but I don't have high hopes. I want it to be because Clayface 1 is one of my favorite Batman villains, and I'm glad that they're doing a R-rated horror film. But after these last 2 films, and I wasn't a fan of season 2 of Peacemaker. Creature Commandos was fucking great. I will say that Creature Commandos was great. But I'm just like, I don't have faith anymore, man, in the DCU now. Like, and then Lanterns, I don't even know what to feel about Lanterns because
I think you should talk about Lanterns on Geekly. So like, you guys are going to be talking about Avatar, so maybe talk about Lanterns. From what I hear, Lanterns is a fucking mess already too, and it's not even out yet.
Well, I bet. And dude, this goes to my point that all of us talked many times on our channel is that James Gunn does really well with characters that are not well known and did not do well comic book wise, right? Because then he creates a fun, campy story, you know, teamwork, but it brings these characters to life that people really don't give a shit about, and it's better than, and he has total free creative reign to do it because no one gives a shit about these characters, right? Cool, man. That's why Creature Commandos was awesome. That's why Guardians of the Galaxy did awesome, right? Is because, again, nobody cares. And it's a better story than what we've got in the comics. Awesome. Especially Guardians 3. Incredible. Awesome, right? But when you take a well-established character, man, it does not work. And you can't do the formula. It's just like you said, Dave. You can't do that 80s feel formula, headphone-wearing person when they're not that person. It doesn't work. That's like if we did Superman like that. You know which one would actually work better than Supergirl that could have actually worked? If this was a Superboy movie. When he was the punk rock Superboy, that would have worked. Right? Because he was supposed to be cool kid. The one in the leather jacket, the clone.
Connor.
So like, dude, that would have worked for that character, not Supergirl. Like, what are we doing? Like, even, and I don't agree with her being a drunk and stuff like that. And I get it. People are like, oh, she had a rough past. Cool, man. I get it. Sure. But that would work better for Superboy because he was rebellious. He didn't care. And he was the punk rock, cool, you know what I mean? 90s leather wearing jacket kid at the time of his comic. That would have worked better.
The comic, though, like, handled the 5 stages of grief perfectly with her being an alcoholic and stuff like that.
They didn't explain nothing.
They didn't explain that in this movie like the way they did in the comic. And that's
she's like, she's better at the end. Like, she's perfectly fine at the end.
And then on top of that, Clayface, I don't have hopes. Why? Because it's a Batman movie without Batman. We already saw what happens, all of us fans and everything else. It's not a good turnout. It's not a good turnout. The only good one was a show because Penguin was in the Batman and had that spin-off show, and it was dope, right? That's about it. I don't see Clayface doing well if Batman's not in it.
Well, we'll talk a little
So-
bit more about Clayface towards the end of the show when we're talking about what we look forward to coming up. But let me tell you, like, I was hoping Supergirl was going to do good. And here's why. It's like, because coming into it, people are like, oh my God, Millie as Supergirl, she's ugly, this and that. I hope it fails. We're going to boycott it. Because, like, shut the fuck. I am so sick of the toxic fandom jumping on female actresses that are leads in superhero movies. And then it tanks and they celebrate. I'm just tired of it. Like these fucking keyboard warriors that are out there hiding behind the keyboards and they just want to type from their garage or wherever about women's appearances in these films. They need to shut up, right? Man, I'm just so tired of that nonsense that's out there. And it just
all right,
really
Dave. I'm gonna mute myself and exit the chat now.
Like, dude, like she's a good actress. Like, she was great in House of the Dragon.
Yeah.
Like, she's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
in House
she's
of the Dragon.
fantastic.
It was just the
Fantastic,
writing in this movie and how they handled Kara dealing with her grief was just piss poor.
You guys are basically
Like,
describing exactly what I thought this movie was going to end up. I haven't seen it yet, but I assumed that the acting was going to be fine, and then just everything else about it was going to tank. I figured it was going to be a
she
Guardians
was fine in
knockoff.
the role.
She
It
was
just
great.
The writing.
Yeah,
It was just
my
the writing.
assumption was not that she was going to be bad in the performance or any of the characters were going to be. But as soon as you see Lobo in the trailer with no red eyes, and also I would like to point out too that Fortnite got the rights to the characters and they put them in the game. Lobo has glowing red eyes in the character design for the fucking game, which I think is so funny. I just think that's so funny.
So this is how they handled it. They gave him red contacts, and then they would glow when he has certain emotions about something. And I was
Dumb.
like, that's silly.
Dumb.
Whatever. Like that's stupid. That's stupid.
I'll
get super.
I'll
I'm
close
like,
on
He
this.
is an alien, guys.
An
An
immortal
alien.
alien.
Why
An
does he
immortal
need
alien.
normal eyes like us?
I'll close on this. Like when it comes to these female superhero movies and female-led movies, can Hollywood just fucking commit and stop surrounding female lead actresses with absolute dog shit of a movie, and then they come back and say, "Oh well, female can't lead a movie." No, you wrote it fucking horrible for them.
And I'm
Thank
glad
you.
You
brought
wrote
up
it horrible.
the
And you gave
CGI
them
point.
shit to deal with.
I'm glad you brought up the CGI point too, because you look at Black Widow and they blame that shit heavily on having two female leads, and it's like, no, this movie just was so fucking rushed
Yeah,
that
it
they
was rushed.
forgot to add the
Yeah.
better visual effects. Like
Yeah.
that shit looked like it was from the early 2000s. It was so,
And
there
the
was,
story was solid. The story,
Yeah,
the acting was solid.
yeah.
It was just
it
yeah,
needed
it was a rushed
like
movie.
maybe if they put like 20 more minutes into it, like then yes, but like they did not, like they tanked that movie too. They did the same thing with Captain Marvel, and then they blamed it on the lead actress, and I'm like, I don't know, I didn't
Well,
see
what's
a
her
problem.
name? What's her name from? I don't know if you guys haven't watched it yet, but the Interview with the Vampire right now. You know, they're doing the Vampire Lestat story. The actress from Doctor Strange 1 and 2, and she was in The Woman King. I forgot her name. But she's playing
Which one?
Rachel McAdams?
So she was supposed to be Wong's love interest, the one that sacrificed herself with the dark coat in part 2.
Oh,
Short hair black woman.
Yeah.
Sarah is her character's name, but you know, her and Wong were a couple. Well, they weren't a couple; they were in love with each other in the comics. And MCU didn't want to do that story. I guess they kind of hinted at it. But anyway, long story short, she's dealing with that hate already because you know Aaliyah, may she rest in peace. Beautiful Aaliyah played Akasha in Queen of the Damned, and she's playing Akasha now, and people are already talking about, oh, she's ugly and she looks like Nosferatu. And I was like, this woman is a dope ass actress. Give her a fucking chance in the role. I bet you she's gonna be awesome. You know?
Yeah. I'm just so tired of this toxic bullshit.
listen,
These
I'm
losers, fucking losers out there that are going
Listen.
out there and just trashing women because they don't meet their standards. They're not even in the league of these people.
You're right. I'm gonna play devil's advocate because I'm part toxic, baby. Heel damn, right? No, but here's the deal. Like everything we're saying is correct, right? You know, obviously some people may not meet our standards, whatever, right? But we can't just blame these people, man, because the story is fucking trash. Like we're saying, you're setting these people up for failure, and you want to blame it, right? Oh, the toxic fandom. Yeah, sure, there's some toxic fandoms out there and some toxic fans, but that's not always the case. You're
Starts with the
setting
writing
these
first.
people up for failure,
Yep.
whether it's the writing, whether it's the way it's shot, the way it's directed. You know what I mean? That's also part of the problem, and we have to add that in there and make sure we add that in there, right? And listen, I rather my Supergirl be someone smoking, right? Because this chick is not my thing, but I would never say, "Oh, I want it to fail because she's not smoking." Like that's dumb, dude. You know what I
Like
mean?
me personally,
someone
Laura
else-
Vandervoort is my favorite Supergirl from Smallville. She's the
right?
hands down. One, she's gorgeous, but two, the way they wrote her character, that's who Supergirl is. Like,
Yeah, but we talked about this with Madam Web too, like with Scarlett Johansson. And Sony's like, "Hey, you're in for an MCU film." They didn't say it was a Sony film, right? And they built this whole fucking aura around what Madam Web is going to be, and then it's like, "Here's the trash."
Yep.
So
yeah, man. And you know what though? You know, Sydney Sweeney boy, woo, right? But at the same time,
Is
though,
Sydney
did it
Sweeney,
save
I'm
that
sorry,
film?
I need to interject.
Did
If
it
Sydney
save-
Sweeney was in this fucking movie as Supergirl, I can guarantee you I would not be watching it. She's not meant for these types of roles. I don't
But
think that would work. I just
But
for the
that's my
sex
point,
appeal,
though.
like yeah, if that's your,
That's
if
my
that's
point,
your,
Noah. No, my
what?
point is this: is that sex appeal just doesn't save movies, right?
I know.
So everyone's saying that, oh, this needs to happen. Is like that's not what saves it. You know what I mean? That's not what saves it. You need everything together. So the whole thing of saying an image, an appearance is gonna ruin the film is bullshit. The acting, the writing, the directing, everything has to put it into play. Period.
Yep.
That should be number one over everything. But again, we want to put in the tabloids, oh, these fans say that she's not good looking, this is why the movie's gonna bomb. No, it's because your movie fucking sucks, dude.
Yep.
even the supporting actress, her character in the comic was so much more.
I just hope it doesn't.
Had layers. You know what I
hope
mean?
it
They
doesn't
just
kill
made
a
her
film
flat.
career.
Yeah,
Right.
they just made her flat in this.
No, it
movie.
shouldn't.
Like,
They shouldn't, man, because again, she's a phenomenal actress,
Yep.
right? And the other things that she plays, she was great. So why would it ruin her career? That's dumb.
Well, I
dude.
mean,
it's not
we
her
say,
fault.
We say that, but then we watched how badly Brie Larson got dog walked after she. Did
Oh my
Captain
god,
Marvel
what they did
for
to Brie
doing the
Larson is
littlest
just
of things.
horrible.
Well, also,
she's a
horrible.
but also her interviews did not help. Let's add that in there. Her
She did put
interviews
up-
did
put her
not
on-
help.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did.
Their fans
she did.
caused her to go through a mental breakdown. Like
Yeah,
this woman
I-
was starving.
I mean, I
herself.
love her as an actress, though.
People,
Yeah.
some
But,
people are
yeah,
not great
she-
publicly speaking.
yeah.
I mean, that's just a thing. I mean, Kristen Stewart for one. Like, I don't. You see it a lot more where you just they're just fucking. If someone has like a movie role, it's a lead movie role, and it's a female lead, they are hounding these fucking people, and you can see it all
Yeah,
over. The
absolutely.
internet.
I mean,
And-
Moses Ingram was great in her other roles, and then when she was in Kenobi, it was trash.
Mhm.
And her acting, like Noah was saying, on certain actors and actresses in certain roles, right? As a sister, right?
Mhm.
It did not play well, right? Like she was just, oh, I'm bad and I'm big. It's like, no, please don't do that. That's theater. That's not here in acting, in the film world. That's theater, right? So it's
Poor
stuff like that,
direction.
man. And I'm
Yeah,
very
poor
sure, and that has a lot to do with the directors, and we know this.
Mhm.
The director's like, oh, that was a good choice. Maybe try it like this. Perfect.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden it's dog shit. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just
King Matthew finally saw Scary Movie 6. He said that he did not like it. I don't know.
Oh boy. I'm so scared.
Ah,
I'm so scared, man. I want to watch it so bad.
Well, it
and
is called Scary Movie.
The
Yeah.
ending, like for me,
Noah.
all the funny bits are in the trailer. All the
trailer.
funny stuff is in the trailer.
Please,
The opening is good. The opening is very decent, and then it just it falls flat for the rest of the movie. It's just flat until the ending. The ending is so good that it raised it like a full star for me, because the ending is everything that we've talked about in the Scream universe that we've wanted, and Scary Movie 6 delivered it, and it delivered it really well. But the one thing that confused me with Scary Movie 6 is like they had good test screenings and they went and changed stuff and added stuff to it. It's like, why? They were just throwing in so many bits that it did not connect from the beginning all the way to the end. It was just thrown in there, those bits, just to get them in there.
And the problem with test screenings is what we said, what happened with Scream recently, is that it didn't do well that Stu was there, because you get randos off the street that are not fans in there, right? And so they're like, oh, well, Stu's really dead. We were gonna have him in there, but we didn't. What? Like you basically gave a big middle finger to the fans, and that was it. Come on, dude. Like test screenings need to be people that are fans, that are the people that are really gonna put money in your pocket, man. It can't be just some random people. Yeah,
Especially
man.
a franchise.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Before we switch off of there, Scott Walker, Trish and I saw Scary Movie 6. It was not funny. It was not good. And it did not, like the first one was a lockdown. And then you do a sequel, bring them back, and the clown doll from Scary Movie 2. It was just, no, not at all. All right. So one of the topics that we were going to talk about last week that we're going to talk about today is Terrifier 4. Is that possibly going to get canceled? Because there's a new lawsuit out there that was dropped about a week ago where Ruthless Studios, the studio that put out All Hallows Eve 1 and All Hallows Eve 2, has come out and said that they had negotiated a contract with Damien Leone where they gave him $5,000 for all the rights for Art the Clown going forward in features and in merchandise. And then they were kind of pushed out when it came to the Terrifier 1, 2, and 3 films. They had no say in the matter. So now they've launched a lawsuit to go after them.
So my understanding is more reports came out, because I don't know the full story, even though, I'm friends with Damien and Phil and the Fuzz on Lens guys and that family. My understanding was Damien, and these are the further reports that have come out recently, that Damien sold the shorts, Terrifier and the Night Circle to them. That's it, just the shorts, not Art the Clown, not anything going on with the Terrifier franchise, just the 2 shorts, because that's what All Hallows Eve was the 2 shorts. That was the deal that everybody is saying. I don't know the full story, what's true, if Damien actually sold the rights to a bigger scope of it. But further reports are saying that Damien only sold the 2 shorts to them. And so that's where the deal is supposed to end, was just the Terrifier short film and the Night Circle, which is All Hallows Eve 2013. So I don't know. So if that's the case, if that's all they had, then they do not deserve access or rights to anything beyond All Hallows Eve.
And that makes sense. Yeah. Now, like, I know the story behind All Hallows Eve was that Damien was he was hired to be a director for it. He was filming the anthology and he ran out of time. So like he ran out of time and he's like, hey, I have 2 shorts, so we can just throw them in there. And that's kind of how that came together. Yeah. So
man,
now if they indeed sign a contract to rights, then yeah, they're entitled to it. But everybody is reporting now that he only sold the Night Circle and Terrifier 2011 short film to them to make All Hallows Eve.
It's like you need
that's where it's supposed
to end. Contract.
Yeah.
Like to see the specific wording. It's like, oh, the rights to the characters from that are used in All Hallows Eve, and then like the specific breakdown of what they mean by that.
Yeah.
Which is probably why there's a lawsuit, because there's going to be lawyers that are going to go over that. And but yeah, if it said specifically Art the Clown, which I mean, was he even named Art the Clown in All Hallows Eve?
Not until Terrifier 2016.
So if they're saying specifically they have the rights to Art the Clown, but then he didn't have the name Art the Clown, then I mean that's messy. Unless you're talking about the design and the characteristics,
like all over again.
That's
what I was gonna say. Like it sounds like Friday the 13th, and it's gonna be such a convoluted mess of a lawsuit.
Yeah, could come down to the Terrifier name itself and not the clown.
But the short called Terrifier, because the movie was called All Hallows Eve.
No, so it's the Night Circle was 2008. Terrifier short film was 2011. They combined and then they added those 2 into All Hallows Eve in 2013.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is the problem, man. Yeah, especially fucking contracts. Semantics matter in your contracts. You know what I mean? Semantics matter, and especially that they were saying, like Noah was saying, if it was all characters in the short, that counts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it sucks because you're not being specific about it, man. Like Noah was saying. So yeah, it sounds like another Friday the 13th thing, but also it sounds like what happened in Obsession, man. Where was this lawsuit with Terrifier 1 and Terrifier 2? Right? Where was this?
Exactly.
Where was this lawsuit in Terrifier 3? Right? Like where was it? No, now it's a multi-million-dollar franchise. Now we want to sue. You know, I just hate that, man. And it's unfortunate. It is not only in horror, it's all films. I was speaking to Dave about this, but you guys heard me say it over and over again. This is why directors and stunt people and stuff like that, that's why they work with the same people over and over and over again. And it sucks because it ruins it for other actors and other people that want to get into the film industry. But this is the only way shit stays safe. This is the only way where there's no drama and it doesn't hold production back and stuff like that, is to work with people that flow, that that's not going to cause any of this bullshit. Man, it just sucks, man. It really sucks for everyone involved. You know, so I'm hoping, you know, the Terrifier crew, because they were amazing people that we interviewed. I hope they get this settled. I hope it doesn't stop production. I really do hope that Damien can finally conclude his story that he's been wanting to for years. Let's just, you know what I mean? I'm wishing you guys good luck. Please, man. That just sucks and it breaks my heart, man. I hate it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm getting angry for you guys, damn it.
Yeah, I guess we'll see how that plays out. It'll be interesting. I know they were talking about production and early spring of next year, with the target of getting the movie out there. I know from our friends and our internal sources, we haven't heard any changes around that. So I guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like Marcus said too, and I'm going to add this in there so I don't sound like a douche. If these people did have a contract, like Noah said, nothing specific, you know, and they own the rights, then yeah, they deserve their piece. You know what I mean? They really do. They really deserve their piece. But if it's not that, then why are you ruining someone else's thing? Right? Ugh.
It's just greed, man. Greed.
This is why I love you guys. This is why I love you guys, man. Yeah, I can't, man. I can't, you know, and it's unfortunate because we can't talk about too many other people's stories or our own, but all of us face that in some way, shape, or form, and other people we know face that in some way, shape, or form, man. And it sucks. It really does. So,
Yep. All right. So I don't know if you guys have seen it, but I think 2 days ago, or maybe 3 days ago, we're going to switch topics real quick. Let me go ahead and change topics here so that people can see when they tune in late. We're going to talk about Evil Dead for a little bit before we talk about horror films for this year and the remainder of the year. So a lot of stuff going on with Evil Dead this month. Have you guys seen the brand new trailer that dropped?
Yeah, I watched.
Oh yeah, looks so good.
With the
all right, so Noah has not seen the brand new trailer, and I thought so when I wish we did a reaction video for that first one, because I actually yelled when I saw the knives in the dishwasher scene. There's another scene,
incredible.
Dude, I love the design of the dad.
Yeah.
His deadite look. Like, I love this new design of the deadites, man.
So I love that the trailer showed, like, remember when the girl, I think it's the first trailer. Remember when the girl walks in and she has her fingers missing and all this stuff?
Yeah.
No, with her fingers missing, but then they explained it. Like, that looked awesome, bro. I'm excited. I'm excited.
So let's go ahead and share
the first trailer.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. In the first trailer, I'm already excited about the first trailer, but I'm excited. The second trailer is bomb, dude.
Wait a minute, you haven't seen the third trailer then? Because there's another one. There's another final trailer. Yeah.
No, I didn't see the third one.
All right. So I'm gonna go share the screen. We'll take the hit for it. So we'll play it in its entirety.
I think if you take it off the audio or something like that, it works.
I am not going to play the audio. We'll just comment through it.
Yeah.
Well, let's go here. So we got more audio recordings, which is fine.
Nice. Ooh, look, we got closed captions.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen this one. I've seen this new one. Yep.
Oh, you saw this one? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Dude, she looks so different than she did in Doom. I swear.
A much cleaner look than the previous.
Dude, he looks so cool. Them contacts look.
Love it. Love it, dude.
And this film is supposed to connect everything in the universe together.
Yeah.
Are they really? Thank God! Finally.
So
It's
Hunter
fine,
Doonan,
dude.
there's an article on Bloody Disgusting. Hunter Doonan, the son, and he played Muse in Daredevil and Wednesday.
Mm.
He said in the article that how this film is going to bridge the gap of the entire franchise. And then with Evil Dead Wrath being set in the 70s and a prequel to the original film, it's all gonna
Yeah, in the
find their
background
way.
for that scene when she's crawling, you hear "Dead by Dawn." Dead by Dawn.
Yeah.
I love
I
it.
assume that
So
these are family members of the people who
Yep.
originally yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Here it comes. Oh my god. Look at that. Oh.
I mean, you got to get that really good itch.
Yeah, love it. Every time I see stuff, it doesn't matter how many times I see it. I'm like, oh man, it's so good.
Yeah.
I still say none of these new films will touch 2013 as far as the gore, but it's still gonna be damn good.
awesome.
Though. It's
All
still
right, well,
gonna
let's
be damn
talk
good.
about that, right? So you're saying that, but this film came and hit at NC-17, and it had to take out stuff from the movie.
Yep. Yeah, I
But
remember you
even
saying
still, hey, same thing with 2013. 2013 was supposed to. Have you seen the unrated cut of 2013?
I think I probably have. I probably have.
Yeah, man. 2013, hands down, is ball to the walls, like probably the most graphic one. But no, I love these new films though. Like even though the last one was just okay to me, I still enjoy it. Like there's not one.
Dude, I like the last one.
No, I like it. I'm just saying, like in comparison to like there's not one single bad film in this entire franchise.
Not at all.
Not like this is the most consistent. As much of a Scream fan, Evil Dead is the most consistent horror franchise to me.
Oh yeah, I've been saying that too for a long time.
Yeah,
that this is the best rounded franchise.
Yeah,
because you also have to acknowledge that the reason that the Scream franchise is so good is because the plot holes get filled in with people's conspiracies about.
This is true. Yeah,
like
this is true.
Consistency is the key word there because the Scream franchise, even in its best films, is so inconsistent.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because they jump around. Like when we did our rankings, it's like 1, 2, 4, 5, and then everything else. You know what I mean? And then 2. We had our disagreements, but when you look at our list, they're all over the place, man.
Yeah.
You know.
I think we haven't done one in a while. We should probably do a ranking of the Evil Dead franchise after this movie comes out.
You got to include the show too, because it's
talking about that for months.
You got to include.
Damn it! I got to watch the show.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody's going to be able to get a show done in 2 weeks.
It's 3
seasons.
3 seasons, yeah.
And they're like 50-minute episodes because they're Stars episodes.
Yeah.
I don't know, man, because these pictures are so small on who this.
I could probably look it up.
Just look up the cast. Yeah, just look up the cast.
Yeah, I'm looking at very tiny pictures.
Oh.
Tandy Wright is the mom. That's the mom. I don't know who's the grandmom.
Which is an Evil Dead burn, right?
Yeah.
In the comment section, I'm
Greta Van Dien. Oh, maybe Maud Davey.
Well,
I don't know. She looks pretty young too, but she looks closest to the grandma. Maud Davey.
Why don't you just look up?
Maud Davey looks like the grandma.
Yeah.
Look up name of grandma character and then look up character.
Well, I'm on IMDb right now, so let's see what we got. So, let's see. Shannon, Maud Davey is Polly. Yeah, she's the only one.
Yeah, she looks a lot younger in person.
No. Yeah, there's 2. Forgive me for saying it this way, for lack of a better word. There's 2 seasoned females. There's one that's Susan, which is Tandy Wright, and then Polly is Maud Davey. So,
yeah, so it's probably her.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's Maud Davey too.
It's either Maud Davey or Tandy Wright. If you look at Tandy Wright, she's more seasoned.
All right, so that's that. And then I don't know if you guys had a chance to see it, but they've also released some posters. This kind of Marcus, these posters look familiar. These inspired me to make the Stream board game weapon posters, but we have the weapon posters here.
Yeah, I saw them. Yeah.
Yep. We got the antique wooden corkscrew. Oh my god, what's going to happen with that? We got the
headrest. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that goes into my girl's head.
Oh no, you got a weed whacker. Oh no.
We haven't seen this used since Jason.
Yeah, they didn't even get to fully see it used because they fucking cut the scene. And they didn't even put it in as a deleted scene.
We got a fork.
Dishwasher.
The fork.
Yeah, that's the dishwasher.
We know the fork. The fork is in the dishwashers. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we got.
Someone's getting bludgeoned with
Oh,
that.
that's when she takes it. She takes.
Oh,
the
and
cup
she
and
drinks the
wax.
candle wax.
Yeah, she
Oh,
drinks
the
the
wax.
wax.
Yeah, so then that leaves me to believe that maybe this is tied to the NC-17 film, since we see a pen go into the air. What else could they be doing with this? That's
You think we're gonna get another self-pleasuring scene with the tool?
Oh
no.
man.
You know, because that's common in Evil Dead, man.
I know,
That's
but
like
please
that's a staple
no.
in Evil Dead, man.
I know. Please no. Oh,
Yeah.
That
Wait,
glass
wait,
scene is
in
tough.
Evil Dead Rise. Yeah, right. It was Evil Dead Rise that did the glass.
No,
Yeah, Evil Dead.
Terrifier.
No.
Terrifier did the glass.
No, Terrifier did the glass. Victoria
Oh, that's
did the
right.
glass.
No, which
Yeah,
one was
yeah.
in Evil Dead Rise? Did
Uh,
it have one in Evil Dead Rise?
No, I don't think
No,
so.
no, no,
The
no,
only
I don't
other
think
thing
so.
I can think of is The Exorcist.
Yeah,
no,
Yeah.
no,
yeah,
the
Exorcist
cross.
with the cross.
So in Evil Dead 2013 and the original was the trees, the branches.
Yeah, but that wasn't
Yeah.
that wasn't a self-pleasured thing. That was a weird.
Yeah,
that was a
that's
weird
true.
tree
That
rape
was
scene
straight up
really kind of unnecessary.
SA. That was straight up SA.
Yeah. Oh boy.
That was messed up. Yeah.
Look, I just watched Terrifier 3 not too long ago, and it just went down a little bit. And so it's just like it's not as good as
Terrifier
part
2
2.
still. I mean, I'm partial, obviously, but
Yeah.
like Terrifier 2 still is just
Yeah,
from beginning to
Terrifier
end
2.
the better film.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I told Dave I really enjoyed the first one. The second one I really liked a lot, but with 3, it's kind of like an in between for me, if that makes sense. It's kind of
Mhm.
like 2, 3, and 1 are like, you know what I mean? Like kind of like this, you know.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But I because there's certain things I absolutely love, like art and Christmas and all the stuff. You know what I mean? I
Mhm.
love that stuff. But there was a couple of things that I'm like, now
My
it's just a
biggest
gore
gripe
fest.
with that
You know what I
yeah, I
mean?
was gonna say my biggest gripe with that film is that they decided instead because you have this movie is long, like Terrifier 3 is long. It's 2 hours,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, right? And you have all this lore building that lore and world building that you're doing, which I love. I fucking love world building shit like that.
Yep.
Especially when you're going into the supernatural aspect of things, and then you instead of giving us the scene where and he already knows what I'm talking about. The scene where I forget her name, so I'm gonna call her Lauren. Her real name Lauren Laverna. She goes to back to the Terrifier. You don't give us that at all. Like we instead get more gore out of it, and you also kill Jonathan. Like if you're gonna do a gore scene and you're gonna kill a major character who once again you developed him to be some type of like if to do D&D references, like these are basically like characters you see in D&D's, like big character, and you just kind of you make him better in this movie, and then you kill him off screen. Unless you're playing into it with 4, which is what I'm hoping. But like,
yeah, I'm hoping it's a red herring. Like,
yeah,
they really didn't kill him. They just said they did. You know what I mean?
I think maybe in July we're gonna do we'll do a dissect of Terrifier 4 or 3, and then we'll dive into the things that we don't like. I think that's worthy of a whole topic in itself. So we'll throw that on the books.
Yeah.
But back on track with Evil Dead. So as we said, Evil Dead Burn is tying everything together, and then Evil Dead Wrath is a prequel to everything, which is going to be 10 years before Bruce Campbell's film. So
yeah,
nice.
So I don't know how I feel about that. What do you guys feel about that being a prequel?
I'm actually cool with that. It's just I'm interested in definitely the characters are going to be key, and I'm wondering if we'll probably get hints to the medieval times, like Army of Darkness, like because that's originally where the curse and Necronomicon started. Was back then in medieval times, so they have to kind of bridge the gap with Army of Darkness still too.
Yeah,
connect everything. So yeah.
Well,
I want Ash back. Well, I really
there we
do.
go. There's our segue. There's our segue. So we're gonna go into Bruce Campbell recently coming out and talking about the his involvement going forward. So here's some comments. Done 3 things with Evil Dead. We moved away from the cabin. We moved away from Sam Raimi. We moved away from Ash and Bruce Campbell. And then it goes, you got to find a new audience because the original Dead fans, you get some of them. You're not going to get all of them. And then he says, because they like those original elements, they like me and Sam and Ash and all of that old sort of crap. So he is pretty much saying that they're moving away from it because they're targeting new audiences because they're recognizing that their fan base is now aging out.
I disagree with that. I would say more so that like Bruce Campbell as Ash is aging out. Which unfortunately it does suck because Bruce Campbell is Ash. It would be very hard to recast Ash in a way that feels right. However, this franchise has been set around the fact that Ash Williams is the chosen, and so I would say to someone else who's a fan of the TV show, and I did actually like the direction they were going with him and his daughter being in the show. We don't know what happens to his daughter, Pablo, and all them. We don't know what happens to them after that show. So you can definitely make movies based on that because Ash is in the future at the series finale of that show. So you can do a lot of stories that have her be like the lineage of the Williams is more so the chosen than anything else. Because we also didn't get a payoff to his father supposedly supposed to be telling Ash something because he gets killed. And that was supposed to be another big thing that doesn't get explained. So, we
didn't get a payoff to Lucy Lawless' character either.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Like, there are several stories you could do within and around the Ash Williams or Ash family, like the Williams family universe. But I acknowledge that Bruce Campbell is Ash, and it would be insanely difficult to recast Ash. So if you were going to have Ash back in the franchise, you would really have to home run. Like that's the thing. Other than that, I would say just bring back the characters from the TV show, and
I would love to see that.
You revolve around their story of trying to get Ash back and also save the world at the same fucking time. Because that, like, you know, when Ash passes out, they're getting loaded into a tank and being shipped off, and there's a giant kaiju level demon roaming about. So like there's stuff that they could do, like fighting the Dark Ones for instance. Like, there is definitely story that would keep younger audiences involved, because if that weren't the case, then the show wouldn't have done well.
Well, so perfect example, Noah, you're the new generation of horror fans, right? They're looking to cater to your age group, right? So like you love all of the Evil Dead movies.
I will say, unlike most other people, I'm not a huge fan of 2. I'm not saying it's a horrible movie. It's just not my favorite. But I don't know if you can count me in that because I grew up around said horror stuff. So I didn't grow up with like the same Gen Z upbringing of like horror. Because like when I think of like my horror icons, I still think of ones from the 80s and 90s. I don't think of like newer horror movies from today. Like honestly, late 90s to like 2000s and now, like I've watched significantly less movies from that generation. So millennial and Gen Z movies, I've watched significantly less horror movies from that generation than from the predecessors. So it's hard for me to kind of gauge that, because like you could say something about Joyride, you could say something about Jeepers Creepers. I haven't seen them. I haven't watched them, and I haven't even.
You haven't seen. You got to watch Joyride. Joyride's good.
Yeah, Joyride was fucking great.
Joyride is good, but you know what it is though. To Noah's point though, this is where I humbly and respectfully disagree with Mr. Campbell, because he's fantastic. Is that Noah has a point that when you have 90s and early 2000s, there wasn't really much that people are like, oh my god, right? Because you had Scream. And that was pretty much it, dude. In the 90s into the 2000s, when nothing stuck. Joyride, awesome, or Wolf's Creek, awesome, right? But those are like one-offs. You know what I mean? That everyone's like, okay, there wasn't a really solid franchise. So when you have franchise people and you want to bring new people in, you gotta give it a segue, right? You gotta give it a segue, and I think it's perfect if Wrath happened and Ash is like Marcus is saying. Let's make it in medieval times, right? And then Ash is there because of Army of Darkness. You know what I mean? So it's this whole convoluted time thing that they've been doing this entire time. It makes sense. It doesn't make sense. It totally makes sense, right? And even if Ash went to the future, right? And now that he's older, right, Mr. Campbell, either dye his hair and, CGI his face, or you could have him older and
no, he is older in the future.
Yeah,
He is.
No, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. So then you have him older in the future, and then he's come back to the past, and now you have another compelling story of tying it together, like Noah was saying. Now you may have even more payoffs.
I'm gonna see if I can find the image real quick of him being in the future. I have it in my, of course, I have it in my cabinet. It won't show good on screen here.
Dope
Here, I'm
ass
gonna
jacket,
share my
by the
screen
way.
real quick. I found it.
They gave him a sick ass jacket.
Oh yeah, they did give him a sick ass jacket.
I was looking for that jacket for years.
But here it is, right here. Like, look,
Dude,
he's
and
got
it's a
the gray-
DeLorean? Come on,
Yeah.
dude.
So no, that's
that's the
Sam Raimi's
old.
car.
Yeah, that's the old Oldsmobile.
I mean, granted,
Oh,
very
nice.
DeLorean.
But it looks like the DeLorean.
inspired.
Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Come on.
But
dude.
yeah, it looks fantastic. He's got the gray in the hair and everything going. So like, I think
That's
it
what I'm
works.
saying.
But I think it's more of the cancer right now. It's probably interfering with some of that stuff.
Probably.
Too, so
I would even
the
say
only
also,
person
you know,
I could see him.
He's
the only
very
person I
loyal to
could
Sam
see-
Raimi, though.
Yeah,
That's the thing, because think about it. He showed up in Doctor Strange Mom, you know what I mean? And all this other jazz. So yeah, Multiverse of Madness is
that
literally an
also come
acronym.
out
If you
on
do it,
Mother's
it's
Day?
mom.
yeah,
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's literally the acronym.
They
If you
did their-
do
these
each of the letters,
Disney
it's mom.
fuckers.
there's only
Right,
one
so yeah.
actor who could succeed Bruce in this, but it would
Who do
be
you think?
weird to
Nathan
bring him
Fillion.
in. Nah. But
Who?
you stupid. Jeffrey Donovan, who was Bruce's co-star in Burn Notice.
me
They
see.
just have this camaraderie and they work so well together. And Jeffrey Donovan actually took on a lot of Bruce's quirks on the show because they had worked together for so long.
I mean,
well,
But he's the
I don't know.
only
I don't know,
one
dude.
that could do
I'm
it.
gonna throw a
Nah, I
curveball
don't
out
know,
there
man.
to you guys,
Yeah.
right?
Go ahead.
Because this actor has the chin. The guy that played Bear in Obsession. Has a
No.
little bit of a similar look. We don't know his full acting range, but I'm saying he has a
I
little
do.
bit of a similar
He
look.
was in Teen Wolf.
Oh, is he
No.
horrible?
No,
Is he
he's a
hard?
good actor. No,
Oh,
he's a
alright.
good actor.
No,
Yeah, he's a
man.
good
Here-
actor.
No.
Here's
no.
the thing, right? Like, you can't just go based off of like one key feature of Bruce Campbell because like that. I get it, the chin. You also can't just go based off of looks because Bruce Campbell is an amazing physical actor. Too.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
You have
That's
to
why I
have
said
Yeah.
Jeffrey
and
Donovan.
his
Like
camera,
Jeffrey
like,
Donovan is that
the way
yeah.
that he delivers lines, like you have to find somebody who can really perform. Like because
Let me give you an example.
Bruce Campbell acts like he's in a play, or he's like
Yes.
on stage
Mhm.
with his movements and his mannerisms, like and his dry
And he's
humor.
campy AF at times, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like for me, it's less about getting the look down because anyway, you could throw a pompadour, an '80s pompadour head on, like wig on him or something like that. Throw a blue, like that's fine. You really need to get someone who can perform like Bruce Campbell can perform because that's a big part of Ash is like he's a reluctant, stupid young adult that's also chosen to save the world, which is just gonna make him, egotistical. So like that, that plays into the character and Bruce Campbell. So I don't know. I don't even know who you have in this generation who could do something like that. I can tell you it's not Timothée Chalamet.
No.
But like I don't know. I really don't, because like one person you could say if you dyed his hair black and has the look, it would be Austin Butler, but I don't think he could do it. And if
yeah,
you're
I don't
talking
think so.
about like level of performance, then I would say I'm blanking on his name. Play Pennywise. Like he could do it performance wise, but I still
Bill
don't see him as Ash.
Yeah, but his face though, he doesn't look like an
That's
actor.
the
So,
thing, like,
let me
there's
tell you,
Go ahead.
Jeffrey Donovan, like for those that may not know him from Burn Notice, he was in Sicario. He's the voice of Machine Head and Invincible.
Yeah.
He was in
He's
Shot
good,
Caller,
man. He's good. I know.
Dude,
But
like, him and
he
Bruce
doesn't have that
Campbell.
look either.
but he
you know,
has
like-
that.
like-
He has that.
I know.
Gravitas that
We need
Bruce has,
someone.
though.
I know. Well, you need both, man.
Yeah.
You need both, because if someone's just good at the physical comedy but doesn't have that look and that weirdness that, like, Bruce Campbell plays, and when he's going, a little psychotic and whatnot, I mean, it just doesn't work, man.
No, that's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
yeah.
He does. Like if you watch Burn Notice, you see it. Like he.
Well, you
is,
know who
like-
would be able to do
I
it?
said, hold
Oh.
on. I said also tie in the look.
Yeah,
Oh,
you know who would be
that's what
able
I'm
to do
saying.
it, but everybody may get sick of seeing it? Ryan Reynolds.
Oh God.
Ryan
Yeah,
Reynolds
he
can go
could.
goofy.
No, I
Ryan
like.
Reynolds can.
I actually like
He's
Ryan,
got
Ryan
acting
Reynolds.
chops.
I actually
got-
like
he's
Ryan
got good
Reynolds
dry
when he's not
humor.
doing the.
You know who they could do? Chris Evans is also funny, dude. Everyone keeps forgetting.
Yeah,
he is.
Honestly, I would say Chris Evans is a better choice over Ryan Reynolds because he does the facial mannerisms really well, and he's a great physical actor with the way that he moves in his comedy films. So I absolutely think that. And I'm gonna be honest, when Chris Evans is in a comedy movie, I think he's funnier than Ryan Reynolds in a lot of occasions. I think that Chris Evans is really underrated in his comedy movies.
Dude, one of my favorite is Scott Pilgrim. Scott Pilgrim. Dude.
Yes.
The over the top action star was incredible.
Well, what about Brandon Routh? Brandon Routh could do it too.
Yeah, he could.
He had a horror comedy come out last year called Ick, and he was in a similar role as Ash, and he did a fantastic job.
Did he? All right.
Yeah, he did a really good job.
Ralph is underrated, man. Like,
Ralph is very underrated.
He gets shit for Superman, but he's a good actor.
Dude, I loved. Listen, when they brought him back for the show
Legends of Tomorrow,
dude. Listen, when they brought him back, as like with the gray and everything, he was dope, man.
Yeah,
I always liked his Superman. You know what? That's another movie, though. Honestly, that's another movie that set people up for failure. Because how are you gonna have? I forgot his
Kevin Spacey
real name, but no, I forgot his real name. The dude that plays Cyclops. How do you have him, James Morrison, right?
Marsden.
Yeah.
James Marsden.
How are you going to have him more of the hero than Superman in his own movie?
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
How do you have Superman
Brandon did fantastic as Superman. The look and everything.
There was that whole plane scene with Brandon Routh when he steps on there. He gives me Christopher Reeves chills. Like he comes on there, he has just like, wow.
That whole sequence was great.
Yeah.
The only honestly
rewatch that movie.
Besides Henry Cavill, Brandon's the only one that I'm like, that's Superman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just his movie was shit. That's the only
They could have saved it. Like they could have saved it like right after The Dark Knight when Batman is the heel. That's when you say, now we do Batman versus Superman because it makes sense. Bring in Brandon Routh as Superman and forget Bane. That's what it should be. The true Batman 3.
I'm gonna throw out a hot take. The Dark Knight trilogy does not hold up. I'm thinking about it. Yeah, it's not.
You crazy? You crazy?
Hold on. I'm gonna agree. Because listen.
Let's save it for Geekly.
I'm with Dave. I'm with Dave on this. I'm gonna say it real quick. If Heath Ledger wasn't in the second one.
Batman Begins is still my favorite of the trilogy.
Hold on.
Batman Begins is still my favorite of the trilogy.
The only reason why The Dark Knight is my favorite is because Heath Ledger's performance was absolutely incredible, dude.
Yeah.
He carried that movie on his back for real.
And I don't know
but out of the three, Batman Begins is the only one that I feel like he's Batman for real. That's the only one.
Like The Dark Knight Returns, if you watch it, a lot of times I'll skip to the Heath Ledger scenes. Because that's the movie.
It's not
because
The Dark Knight?
Died. It's just because he did so good in that performance.
No, dude. If everyone was saying that he got a pity Oscar, I didn't think so, man. That performance was out of control. Yeah. That movie was out of control because of him. But even the third one, bro. The third one, I was like, what are we doing? And I love Tom Hardy, bro. But they gave him the Batman meets Sean. They got him Darth Vader meets Sean Connery voice. You know what I mean? And then the Things is the one that does it. He didn't have Venom, nothing. Like I was like, and then Talia's in it, and then Catwoman's in it, and then like no one really has a story in it. It's kind of like
I like Cillian Murphy in Batman Begins again.
Incredible.
Another character
thing, right? Like, you take Cillian Murphy out of that movie, and I don't think that movie performs as well. I think it's the same thing. I think with Batman Begins and Dark Knight, your performances are carried by your lead villain, which is Cillian Murphy as Scarecrow. But by the way, fucking love that look. And Heath Ledger as the Joker. I know it's like way off topic, but like if we're talking about Superman and we're talking about that time of movies, I don't think that they hold up that well. I really don't. I don't think that type of Batman's a good Batman.
So look, I talked about it, I think, a couple weeks ago that we're going to bring back a show called 5 Things, right? Maybe we'll change up our content style a little bit, right?
I love it.
And I think the mention was doing one live. So I'm planning on the horror topic ones. Maybe you guys do on a Geekly.
5 Things? Hell yeah.
On a franchise.
I love 5 Things.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
All right. So before we switch off of Evil Dead, Shannon threw out a suggestion. Kyle Gardner has great facial expressions, good with physical
Yeah,
stunts.
he's a good actor. Yeah,
He is a fantastic underrated
Yeah.
actor, and
Yeah,
especially when it comes to horror, he's in a lot of horror stuff.
And his
Oh
daughter.
yeah, he was in Smile.
crushed
Yeah,
it.
dude, he's a good actor, bro.
His daughter crushed it in Alien Earth.
Gallner, yeah, Gallner.
Yeah, his daughter killed it in
he
Alien
was
Earth.
great. Yeah, but he was also great in Smile, bro. I love that.
No,
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Kyle Chandler. My bad. She said Kyle Gardner. My bad. I'm thinking of Kyle Chandler from Friday Night Lights. My fault.
Oh, he was also in Scream. He was the dude that got stabbed in the neck from the bar.
Yeah, he was Stu's nephew.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Stu's nephew.
All right, let's go ahead and let's take a look at our next topic here.
Don't forget he was in whatchamacallit, Megan Fox's movie. What's the movie where she was the succubus?
Jennifer's Body?
Jennifer's Body, yeah. He was the punk rock kid in that.
Yep. He was in the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah, he's been in so many horror movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so
Veronica Mars.
Let's jump into our main topic for tonight.
And Smallville.
Ooh. So late in the game, we're jumping into our main topic.
Yeah. Has horror peaked for the year, right? So I still think we're not as good as last year and the previous year, because I thought the previous year was really pretty much stacked. But we have some really big game changers this year with Obsession dropping.
This year.
Yeah. With Backrooms. I don't think the Backrooms is as good as everybody thinks it is, but man, is it?
I say the same thing with Obsession.
Yeah.
So the reason why I say Obsession was such a success is because the subject matter is a hot topic of discussion right now. As far as toxic relationships and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
How it will age over time, I don't think it'll age well. But I think it's hot right now because of the subject matter. And it was just a good film, though. But I don't think it will age well over the years. So
now, I've seen 71 movies this year. Brand new movies.
Damn.
Yep.
Damn.
71 movies into the year. Right. We have 2 horror movies that now have broke the top 10 grossing horror movies of all time. Backrooms and Obsession, right?
Yeah.
And as of a couple of days ago, in the box office standings before Toy Story, or actually right after Toy Story came out, Obsession was sitting at number 5 for the year domestically. Backrooms is at number 7 for the year domestically. Scream is at 11. Scary Movies at 13, and Send Help is at 20. So you have 5 horror movies in the first half of the year that were sitting in the top 20. And then worldwide, Obsession is at number 8. Backrooms is at number 10. Scream is at 14, and Scary Movies at 15. So we have 4 movies in the top 15 worldwide for the horror genre. So horror genre is doing really good. You have a horror channel because horror genre is very underrated when it comes to Hollywood and stuff like that. But let's talk about the big 3 right now. So Obsession, right? I don't think we have a chance to fully all discuss it together. So Danny, you said that you didn't really like the Obsession film. So go ahead.
I did. So that's a strong take on it. Obviously, heel Danny is fucking around. But like if you want me to be honest with you, I thought it was good as like if we were to our list that we, usually do our rankings, it's a must see, but it's not like, oh my God, it's incredible. Like for me personally, I think we had so many shit movies lately that once we get something that's decent, everyone's just like, oh my God, it's the best movie ever. And it's just like, when you're comparing it to shit, you know what I mean? Like that's it. Like, again, my main take on Obsession was the performance by that young lady, man. She was phenomenal. Yeah, dude, she was phenomenal. But the deal is that, like I told you, there's no true act 2. There is no true act 2. It literally jumps in straight in, and there's no gradual. You're already in it. And then it resolutes. That's it. You know what I mean? And so I do like that. I do like all stories how it ends with the beginning. You know what I mean? With the medicine that we saw the cat take and that he took, sure. But I really do think slight tweaks, and I mentioned this on the podcast before, slight tweaks could have made it go from good to amazing and do even better than it's doing now with just slight tweaks. That's why I'm just like, yeah. But when everyone's saying it's the best movie ever for horror lately, I would highly disagree. I would highly disagree because, again, when you're comparing it to all these shit movies that are coming out, yeah, of course it's going to look like a golden goose. You know what I mean? But wait until other movies come out, horror movies that do really, really well. Is it going to stand up to the test of time? Like, Marcus was just discussing. Is it?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the last couple years of my top 10 to see where that's at. But
I'm gonna say I think it is gonna do well.
Ahead.
I think it is gonna do well, and here's why. Right. So I think that the act, like the non-traditional act 1 through 3 that we got, I think that was a style choice. I don't think that was a mistake. And I everything that you see about this movie is people dissecting it positively and finding new things to theorize about and just genuinely enjoy out of this movie. It's like you are seeing similar enjoyment out of this that you're getting out of the Scream franchise when they talk about their theories and that stuff in that regard. I think that this movie is going to continue to do well because I do think that it is just a good movie. Like if you watch it, you sit down and you just are going to enjoy. Again, maybe not for everyone because Danny, you there's parts that you're not enjoying, but I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna enjoy this movie every time, and I have so far, and I've watched it a couple of times, and I don't think that that's because of the lackluster year that we've been having, because I don't think that the horror movies this year have been lackluster, and I don't think that I'm comparing it to previous years because I haven't even seen that many horror movies from the previous years, and I tend not to do that. I tend not to compare movies to previous ones because like I can compare this to Sinners or The Long Walk and it'd be like they're all neck and neck for the movies that have come out recently because it's just I think it's a really good film, and I think a lot of the things that they did about this movie were very intelligent, and I also kind of believe that the film kind of shows you that if you get the right fan base, not everyone's media literacy is as dead as you think it is because people are picking up on the subliminal messaging behind everything and even seeing newer stuff. I saw a new theory where people are saying that every time, like a lot of the times where you're seeing, not every time, but a lot of times where you're seeing Nikki go back, like start having her freakouts, she, at one point or another, her face is covered or not showing him. Like, especially with the flower pot scene where like that's full, like a full moment where she's covering it. The theory with that is that whenever her face is like not fully in line of Bear's sight, that she is more likely to be able to snap out of whatever is happening to her, because we don't know if it's an entity or whatnot. But just things like that. I do think that a lot of people are going to enjoy it as a fad, as a phase, especially with the like the Make-A-Wish. That's wrong.
That's part 2, Noah.
Yeah. So especially I think the one terrible. I think that's going to be a big like part of people's enjoyment of the film, but I do think that a lot of people are just enjoying the nuances of the film.
Now we're gonna have sick kids Make-A-Wish
Foundation. Yeah. and it is interesting to see because again, like we all have different takes on the characters, like not varying takes, but we all have different takes on the characters. So when you get to talk to other people who are seeing this movie and they pick up on things that you didn't pick up on and vice versa, and they have different viewpoints on the characters, like I think this film is just genuinely enjoyable as a community film.
All right, sure. I like that. So how about the Backrooms? Does everybody see the Backrooms? Because I thought the Backrooms was okay. It's just so long.
But you see, Dave, what you felt that way, I felt about Obsession, that it took forever for something to happen. You know what I mean? Like for me, it's just like, okay, cool. She's wigging out.
Yeah.
All right. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then like when things actually start picking up, you're like, that's it? We're already the end? Like, what's up, dude? Like I wanted an escalation in the movie. But that's why I'm saying there was no true act 2, right? You jump into act 1, you're already in it, and everything is just here. And then now you're at 3. There's no escalation of you getting like worried more and more and more. It's just like she was already there. So, like I said, you skipped act 1. So there's no build up to 2. You're already at 2 to 3. That was it. It may be a style choice, but for me, it was just like, okay, pick it up. Like, what are we doing?
I agree with that in the sense that like because right at the beginning he makes the wish, like, and that's right in the opening. So it's like at that point in time she's not fully herself because she is herself and then not herself at the same time because we see her going in and out right at the beginning too. But you do feel because at that point she's not herself. Her autonomy has been taken away. She's under some type of control, magic wise, right? So like from that standpoint, I understand. But from the standpoint of like, there's no buildup. I would say that there's buildup. I mean, like right in the beginning, you have her doing the ceremony for the cat, and then you have them in in the restaurant, and then you have her staring at him in the store.
Well, that's my point, Noah.
These are all buildup. For me, this is all buildup.
No, is because she's already crazy, dude. Like, what I mean is this. Imagine this, right?
Yeah, but
this
I don't see it that way. Her being crazy. I don't think that's how that. Like, that's not the direction that it's because.
Well,
it's her
because they said no entity. Yeah, I know. They said there was no entity and none of that.
Doesn't mean
it's her.
But she's not crazy. She's like something is happening to her.
No, I understand that. That. But what I'm saying is, they're saying it's not an entity. They're saying this not. You know what I mean? So we don't know what it is, right? But let's just say it makes her crazy because she's fully obsessed, right? But what I'm saying is she's already there from the beginning. Now imagine this. This is my small tweak, right? Like I said, it's a good movie, but this is my small tweak that would be even better. Imagine that she was normal through the whole thing, right? And gradually she starts getting more and more obsessed. You see what I'm saying? Like it's a gradual thing that you see the descent into fully like taking over autonomously rather than the reversal.
Yeah, and
you see what I'm saying?
But they did do that. So like you got a little bit
of
it.
No, man.
They did, right? Because you got a little bit of the taste of it at the beginning, and then you get the montage of them just having a normal relationship.
I don't know if it was really normal. Marcus, what do you got to say on that? Because it looked like you were fine.
This is how I view it. I kind of view it like a twisted version of, remember the Tom Hanks movie Big?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So remember when he, as a kid, went to, what was it called? The machine Zartan or whatever it was called? Zartan. And then the next morning he was instantly big. You know, that's kind of how I view it. So we got the exposition of what their dynamic was before he made the wish, all in dialogue and their interaction in the beginning. And then when he, I get what Danny was saying, that it instantly went to him making a wish and then it was instant for her.
Yeah, it's instant.
I kind of viewed it like Big. It was like kind of like Big to me. And that's why it was like, I felt like had I not seen movies like that before where the wish is instant, then I could see Danny's argument and be like, yeah, it is kind of like disjointing. But because I've seen it played out in other films, I was like, it works.
Yeah, I mean, but Big was a totally different, you know what I mean? A totally different storyline of how that worked, right? This is something that is taking over her and making her, like, again, crazy, if you will, right? Because again, they don't explain what it is, right? So I would have loved to see more and more of that buildup of that descent, man. You know what I mean?
So before we talk about some of the other horror movies, does Obsession 2 hit on this? Like, is it going to be as popular as Obsession 1? I don't think they can recapture this magic.
No. I don't think that it's going to be that way. I think that you're going to get the TV series about the One Wish Willow.
I like his anthology. Yeah.
I don't think making a sequel to Obsession makes sense because then it's just like you're making the same wish and then it's going to happen all over again. Whereas like you get your stories from the One Wish Willow, you can just title them something different. So like if you want to call the anthology series the One Wish Willows, like that's fine, or something like along those lines, sure. And then the episodes are different names. But like I think if you have the One Wish Willow in other movies, it should be a different name. Because I don't think it shouldn't be the same concept. I don't think it should be the same concept. And they even said it themselves, like the One Wish Willow isn't even inherently supposed to be a bad thing. It's just Bear made a stupid fucking dumbest fucking wish you could possibly make.
Can I interject?
Sure.
So it was hinted. And again, also he was saying in the interviews, it was hinted that it's the type of person you are. Because remember, the store owner, the store owner apparently made that wish and everything worked out for him, right?
Well, look at his friend with $1 billion.
No, but he got shot in the fucking face. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, what I'm sensing is it determines on who you are, and Bear is the real villain of the movie.
Oh yeah,
Because
definitely.
even when, because one, he was the one that was obsessed with her.
Yeah.
And that's why I think it turned into an obsession for her, because he was the one that was obsessed.
Mhm.
And number two is that we definitely saw the villain with one line, which is my favorite in the movie, when she's like, "Please kill me." And then his first line back was, "What's so wrong being with me?"
Yep.
And she's like, "I'm not with you, jackass." Like, you know what I mean? She's just like,
well, I mean, to me, he was a villain when you put his cat in the trash bag. I'm sorry, you put your one. There's no way that cat got that bottle open. That bottle had to have been open, regardless of whether or not.
Yeah, he probably left it open.
That motherfucker was. He also left out open cans of wet cat food with the lids slightly open. That's a good way to cut themselves. That man was a horrible fucking person from the moment you see that dead cat, because one, he doesn't know how to take care of the cat, and two, he put it in a fucking trash bag. You care about this cat so much that you fucking threw it out like trash. I'm sorry. Go fuck yourself, Bear. And
and I think too, to your point, Noah, I think too is that the anthology series, if they did one episode that everything went right for a person, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that would be a good indicator of what we're talking about now.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, but continue.
I like a TV show better.
I will say
like
that, but that wish, though, regardless of your intentions or the person you are, that's a horrible fucking wish. Like, you are fully taking someone's like emotions and feelings and be like, yeah, but we're just gonna direct all of that towards me in a positive way. Like that's horrible. Like that's that's a stupid wish. Like I use like if you said me, I like, again, still wrong. It's still wrong, but like I just wish that she loved me for me or whatever. Like that is still wrong, but infinitely better than more than anything in the fucking world. You really went for the bag, my good sir.
Yeah. Now, like with so Obsession, we talked about that, so that's the big one. Number two behind is the Backrooms. Now, I went to say I wouldn't go see Backrooms again. It's not something that is like, oh, everybody needs to go out and see the Backrooms, because I thought it was okay. It's decent, but I don't think it's like over the moon fantastic.
Again, for me, I'm new to it. I never watched the YouTube stuff, so I went in blind. It was enjoyable. Like you, it's something I wouldn't watch again. Like if it's on, I might, sit there and watch it again. But that's not something I would actively seek out. I do want to go back and watch the YouTube videos to like just get the sense of like what it's supposed to be ultimately about. But yeah, it was an enjoyable film.
And Marcus, to your point, and to my point earlier, is doing very well, right?
Yep.
But again, that's with all the dog shit that we're getting, bro.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's my point.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that more too. I want to go down that path.
To just slightly rebuttal that point, this had a massive following online, though, because it's not just following the director who made the original concepts of the short ARG films, which is, again, I think that's ultimately why it failed. It's because a lot of this was about like you're fully unknown, you don't know what the fuck is going on, you're just thrown into this liminal space. You have a camera that makes everything look scary. Like it's like like the Outlast style footage cameras, like, and it's the same thing with the video games that they've made for like single player, multiplayer, you name it. It's like you don't really understand what the fuck's going on, and again, that's minimal knowledge. Can't fucking speak. Sorry, minimal knowledge of like the whole ARG space of. I think they should. I think the large following of the fandom of the overarching Backrooms fandom is probably where you're getting your large drove.
Yeah, probably. I think they should have kept it in found footage. I think it would have worked better because they did a short sequence of it in found footage, and it looked really good and it looked scarier that way. And then I just.
Well, yeah, that was.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
The biggest thing about the Backrooms too is like, so also when you go back and watch it, it's like the first one that he did. If you watch it, it starts out in like a camcorder, like scratchy style for footage, and when the character who is you're following with the camera in that shot in that short film falls into the Backrooms, it's completely digitized, but you can't tell, which one is amazing in its own right, but two, like it just adds to the distortion of making things so creepy and like terrifying. And I don't think that you can do that with a Hollywood led budgeted film. Like I know it's A24, but like I think that
but it's stupid, bro.
I know, trust me, I know that. I think that you I will just keep advocating for TV shows. I think that you're just going to have a better time really doing justice to what you want to do, especially since these were episodic short. Like, it's an episodic short, and if you can contribute like other people's short films that they've made about the Backrooms and the video games that have been made, because they're not all under the entity, like under one, like the director who made the original. Like, it's just the entity of the Backrooms, and the internet expanded the universe. I think you can definitely do it, but I do think that it should be I think you're right. I think it should be first person.
Well, yeah, they did do it. So Japan did it with Exit.
Yes, thank you. That movie was dope, man.
I did not get to watch it. The subtitles were not working properly for me, so I was unfortunately lost.
So I rented it on Prime.
Oh, go ahead.
I rented it on Prime. And dude, let me tell you, I was so immersed in this. I was really immersed in this, and this is what I'm talking about. Like, I would put Exit 8 over Obsession any day. Like, I was so immersed into it. The CGI was terrible. Don't get me wrong, but I was so immersed in it that I'm yelling at the TV. I'm doing things. You know what I mean? Like, it had me engaged. And to find out it was a video game, a Japanese video game, did not know that until Landon said it. He's like, "Oh yeah, I played this video game." I was like, "It's a video game?" He's like, "Yeah." And so now
it's a video game.
It's a video. You have to do exactly what you're doing in the movie, which is like find out the key differences in the
anomalies.
Yeah.
And so me and him, and even though he played the game, me and him are yelling at the TV, "You idiot! No!" Like,
right.
So it's number 4 for me, which is hard because I do want to put it up higher, but you know, I do have Primate and Obsession and Send Help above it, because that's just my those are just my personal taste.
Yeah,
dude, I love Primate. I love Primate, man. I love Primate.
I think I gave that a 3.
And Marcus, click.
But Exit 8, but Exit 8, man, was such an awesome film and well acted. I just had questions about the boy, because I was like,
his son from the future.
How is his son from the future interacting with the Walking Man? That's what I'm like. I was confused with that part, but I was like, man, this shit is so good, and I just wanted more.
That was an element that was not explored in the game. I just want to.
Yeah, but also, how was his girl in there too? Because his girl was
that. I get the girl thing, but the Walking Man was a victim too before he became part of the simulation.
But before he became,
you know what I mean? So where the girl was just a straight up, fucking with him. So I'm like, how is his son interacting with another victim? Like, what is the correlation with the Lone Man and the Walking Man?
Well,
so that's
if you want to be honest though, like, I love the fact that we don't get that answer, because it ended where it started. For the spoiler alert for those of you that I love. It ended, but with a key difference. He did something about it this time.
Yeah. And I like that. So we talked about Backrooms, how they did a little bit of the found footage. They did a little bit of the video game perspective in this in the beginning and stuff like that, and it was playing out really nice the way they were doing it. It's like, where is this going?
Yeah, dude, I have surround sound and I have like little surround sound speakers, and when the phone rang, I thought it was my phone. I was like, "Yo!" And then all of a sudden I see it's the POV, and I was like, "Oh shit! All right, cool, man." Yeah, like, dude. Again, I was in, man. It really intrigued me. Yeah, I was all in, man. And that's what I want from movies again. Because think about it, guys. We even Noah too, like all of us, when we're immersed in movies, that's what it's supposed to be about, man. Like, it's just you're escaping reality. You're in. You're all in. And as much as people have their thoughts of Quentin Tarantino, and and he's one of my favorite directors, but in one interview he said, back in the day, we had you there in the theater. There was no cell phones. There was no nothing. You were just here with it. You know what I mean? Locked in, man, and immersing yourself inside the film. And that's what it's supposed to be about, man.
The existence of smartphones and the destruction of attention span.
Well, the movie hinted at the movie hinted at that. Everybody on that damn train was
on the phone. And did you know? And you saw some of the stuff that he was looking at played out in the rooms too.
But see, here's where I won't blame cell phones. I'll blame poor writing. because if it's good enough, my attention's
yes,
there. If it's not
yes.
that good, then my attention goes
Okay, but
up.
you were
Yes.
also born in the rise of the digital age with video games being big
Correct.
in the 80s and stuff like that. Whereas we're
Correct.
talking about younger generations who are born into the attention grab phase. Where like every single app is
Motherfucker, I got ADHD, adult ADHD.
okay.
My attention
Okay,
goes very
all
quickly.
four
My
of
Sir,
us are
God,
Me and Dave, you were right here.
God, 5 minutes.
I don't even
You
want
got
to hear
5 minutes.
We're all
Dave, we're
paddling in
right
different
here.
directions in the same boat. I understand, okay? I do. But what I'm talking about is for normal, everyday people who don't have ADHD, and some people might and don't realize it. The point I'm trying to make is that you were not born in that era, so your brain was not developing at the time where you're getting a cell phone at 5 years old, and you're being told by every single app you see and every single advertisement you see, hey, we need your attention. You need to be on this app.
Yep.
And that's exactly what they're doing, because they can't buy more of your money, but they can buy more of your time, more of your attention. So it's destroying attention spans. Because
Yeah,
people would rather
I
just
could
be
agree with
looking
that.
at the flashy lights, constantly moving and doing stuff. And
I still say, if anything happened to cell phones, right, and we had to revert back to old cell phones, a lot of people ain't making it, bro.
Oh
No.
yeah,
A lot of people ain't making it. People are gonna have a meltdown, and they're not gonna know what to
We're
do.
already in the zombie apocalypse because you see
Yeah.
people walking around like this on the
Yeah.
streets
Bro.
and driving. It's like, dude,
Hey,
One-
but
one
one thing I
thing-
will say about X8, whoever that actor was, that
All of
dude
them.
right there, bro. That dude
All
right
of
there
them.
is just
So
Man.
now the reason why I was saying it has horror peaked so far, we're going to talk about some of the upcoming films, but let's take a look at the last couple of years, right? So
Mhm.
look here, look at this is 2024, right? Look at the top 20. Like the top 20 is solid all the way through, man. There is some fucking great films in this top 20. Like we got The Substance, we got Abigail, we got Alien Romulus, Terrifier, VHS Beyond. Like there are so many good films that came out, like Late Night with the Devil, right, in 2024. And then
Bro, I
last
fucking
year,
love that movie.
it falls off fairly quickly after your top
Oh, yeah.
6 or 7. It starts to fall off. Like these are good movies, but they're not as strong as the previous year. And then if I'm
Yeah,
looking
and
at this year,
I
Right.
enjoyed Black Phone too. I did enjoy Black Phone too,
like
like I
Black
told you, but not like
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I enjoyed the first one better, but I did like it. You know what I mean? It wasn't
yeah,
like anything, but yeah. I mean, I would put Sinners above all of that, and then have I haven't seen The Long Walk and Bring Her Back yet, but
oh
yeah,
my god,
Sinners-
when you see
Sinners
The
was
Long
a-
Walk has some tissues.
Out of all the films you
Yeah.
have there, the top 3 should probably be Long Walk, Sinners, and I haven't seen Bring Her Back, but I know that it's gotten well reviewed.
Yeah.
I would say that's
Bring
your
Her
top
Back
3.
was wild. Bring Her Back.
Bring
was
Her
wild.
Yeah,
Back is
have
the
a Sinner-
only movie that I actually jumped and yelled at during
Yeah.
the movie.
nice, dude. I gotta watch
Yeah,
that.
it got me twice. And then so we're looking at this year. Like I know Marcus, you got like Send Help up there, but like I got Bride up there because it's very different. It's very different. It's very cult
Bride
classic. It's very
disappointed me,
Natural Born
man.
Killers-esque.
The Bride
But,
disappointed me.
Bride
I
was
had
very
high hopes
disappointing.
for that movie.
I'm
I had high
honestly,
hopes
I'm
for the
thinking
movie.
like it's the same like last year so far, right? And this may change throughout the year. My top viewing
What
based
do you
on
have
my ad code.
below Dolly?
What do I have below Dolly?
That movie was fucking terrible.
Dolly
I
was
have
fun, man.
Whistle,
Dolly was
Dolly
fun.
Dracula.
Dracula, Iron
Dolly
Lung,
was fun.
That,
dude.
that's
Backrooms.
insane.
Dolly was fun.
That's insane
Dolly was
to
fun, man.
me.
Dolly was fun.
Dolly
dude.
had
Dolly was
no
fun.
real fucking plot. And what the fuck is
It
his
was
name
a
for
fun
American
movie,
Pie?
though, and the
How was
kills
he
was good.
alive at the end of the
Yeah.
movie? That movie
Yeah.
was so fucking stupid.
Look.
And you're putting Dolly, like, you're saying a fun movie. Night Patrol is easily more fun than Dolly for its stupid, like,
Nah,
shot.
I
Like,
don't
that's
think so. I
crazy.
don't find it.
To see that you have
Night
Iron Lung
Patrol
not only
was too
below
long.
Dolly, but just that low in general. Oh,
Yeah, I
God,
would
Dolly
put,
was so
dude.
fucking stupid.
I would agree. Obsession would probably be because of all these movies are trash. I would probably put Obsession at number 2. I would put Section 8 at Exit number 8 at number 1. Like as of right now for me,
Mhm.
that's crazy.
You're
Well,
the
I'll tell you this:
Swansea.
you can watch "Day Will Kill You." It's free right now, I think, on Netflix or Prime or something like that, or HBO Max. So
I do
if you
have
haven't
to
had a
kill
chance
you
to check
as
that out. It's good.
Fucking great.
But it's
Will
just
Kill You
like
was
there's
good.
a downwards decline, like over the last couple years with horror movies, and then here's what's left for the year, right?
Just movies
So
in general, dude.
we have
It's just
Evil
movies
Dead
in
Burn.
general.
We have End of Oak Street, which is a dinosaur movie. We have The Colony. The Colony is a sequel to Train to Busan. We saw the trailer a couple weeks ago. Looks fantastic, right?
Well, technically,
Ice Cream Man.
Technically, it's a sequel to Peninsula.
Oh,
it's just it just makes it a trilogy.
We have Insidious. Insidious looks pretty decent, but doesn't mean it's going to be good. We have Resident Evil, and then we have Clayface. So there's not like a strong lineup of movies coming out to say that we're going to get better in the rest of the year for horror. But what are you guys
so I got a question for you, Dave.
Yeah,
I do have a question before we jump on that one. Because of They Would Kill You and Ready or Not 2, even though those are classified as, revenge horror. Me personally, I want to add Is God Is to that list, even though it's considered just more of a revenge film. But the subject matter of it, if it were to get added to the horror list, I would actually put Is God Is up there. In the top 5.
I have to check that out. I don't know. I haven't seen that.
No.
Yeah, Is God Is one hell of a revenge film with Sterling K. Brown and about 2 twin sisters with Vivica Fox in it. That movie is.
But is it better than Furious?
I know.
Have you seen Furious yet?
Yes.
Oh yeah, no, Furious is fucking awesome.
So if
Bro,
you want
Furious
to
is
know how you're
the
gonna
best action movie I done seen in I don't know, man.
I know the trailer. I think the trailer for Is God Is, and my partner and I have talked about this.
The fuck?
So if you watch Welcome to Derry, if you remember the emotional feeling you got from episode 7, that like the fire scene, that, like that same guttural like anger and like pain that you feel watching that episode.
That's what this movie does. That's what this movie.
I need some holy water, guys.
Honestly,
they didn't hear the mic hiss at you.
I would consider that a type.
It wasn't the mic.
It's a horrific film. Like
case.
Yeah, it's
guys. This is weird. You ready?
Political horror.
This is weird. Listen, my Pelican box was wide open, and it just slammed shut.
Oh shit!
Oh
yeah, I'm gonna need some holy water. I'm gonna need some
sage,
the whole 9. I need some Fabuloso, some Vicks, and
guys, we're ending tonight's podcast.
Hold on, don't we have Mike Flanagan's Exorcist movie coming out this year?
No, I think it's next year.
Oh, that's next year.
Yeah, it's next year. But so, like, of those movies that are remaining, like Evil Dead Burn, Ice Cream Man, Colony, like Insidious.
I would say Ice Cream Man and Clayface for me are the only 2 movies that I'm looking.
I want to see that. I want to see that cereal mascot with the unicorn. Like, I want to see that movie.
Oh yeah, that looks decent too. Looks like it'll be a fun.
I do think that we're gonna hit a decline in horror this year because, like, other than the ones that you've mentioned, and I'm not even excited about all of those ones. I don't know of any other. We also have to imagine we're getting heavy hitters for, like, as in Spider-Man, Dune, Avengers, like, so people are shying away from the second half of the year, which is understandable. What is it, Clayface? I think that we're gonna have this, like, I'm gonna call it right now. This movie is gonna be the same as Godzilla 1998, the American film. Whereas, like, the way that I look at Godzilla 1998, if it was called Zilla, the movie would be fine. Whereas if Clayface is not called Clayface and it's just about a body horror movie of somebody's body slowly falling apart and turning into sludge, I guarantee you the movie's going to be good. But knowing that it's a Batman villain movie and it's most likely not going to have Batman in it, I think that's going to take away from the film. And that's the best way I could compare it, because, like, honestly, if you watch Godzilla 1998, it's stupid fun. It's a 60s Godzilla movie more than anything. Mm-hmm. And if the director wasn't stupid in saying that his Godzilla was the true Godzilla, like a fucking idiot, and you just called it Zilla, the movie's fine. I
still don't really care for it.
The movie's stupid.
It's
comedy.
Stupid fun. I saw it when I was younger and I loved it. But
like,
one of my favorite lines in that movie is when they, do an homage to the original. Because when they showed the footage of the Japanese guy, and then on the news, they're like, Godzilla. She's like, it's Gojira, you morons.
I do also want to say that we got probably one of the best Godzilla animated series, too. Because the sequel series to that movie,
I do remember that.
Really good. It's a kids animated series, but it's really good.
Yeah. No, you should do a video from the channel, Godzilla rankings.
That would take. There's no.
That movie has a curse now. That movie has a curse now.
We'll do it for Geekly, baby. Hell yeah.
That'd be like
that movie
5
has a curse
hours.
now. That movie has a curse now because Diddy is attached to it.
Oh right. Yeah, with his stupid ass song.
Diddy is attached to the 98 film.
All right, let me go hot my baby oil now.
You know what sucks too, because that Get Him to the Greek is so fucked up because all the actors in there. It's like,
well, getting him to the Greek, by the way, is a sequel to Forgetting Sarah Marshall, and a lot of people don't know that. And I love both of those movies.
Mhm.
But also, if you're asking me what movie I'm excited to see that's coming out at the end of this year, that's also horror. We talked about it on Friday, Godzilla Minus Zero, because it's going to be a horror sci-fi film.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that looks
I forgot that's coming
awesome.
out this year. I thought it was next year. I forgot.
No, that comes out.
This year.
We talked about it. It comes out November 3rd. Godzilla's birthday.
Yes.
That might be the biggest movie for the rest of the year.
I think
that's my most anticipated movie.
I want it now.
Yeah,
I'm so intrigued by this fucking movie. You know what I mean? The only other Godzilla movie that I'm actually like, even though it's a stupid, fun mess of a series now because they made it campy, dude, Godzilla X Kong, but with Space Godzilla coming, oh, dog, Space Godzilla is my favorite.
Yes, yeah, I will say.
Oh my god, Space Godzilla is my favorite, bro. I don't care.
But I gotta say, listen, you shake your head about the New Empire, whatever it's called, but like you have Godzilla literally swimming in zero gravity and doing the dumbest shit. Like it was again a '60s Godzilla film. You can have your seriousness. You can have Godzilla being the destruction of man by the creation of man because of his origin, but you can also have the campy shit. Also, let's not forget Godzilla in 1999, or I'm sorry, in 2000, body slams a giant fucking what the hell is the bug? Dragonfly. Like that shit's so stupid. Like he's like are we like come on, like he drop kicks motherfuckers like Godzilla
I know
that's great.
I know he does the flying drop kick.
Godzilla can be a joke. Godzilla can be a
I understand that.
humanity's...
It's just that for me, the MonsterVerse was serious at first.
Yeah.
The first Godzilla was serious. King of Monsters was serious.
Skull Island was good.
Skull Island was serious, and then Monarch the series is serious, right? And then now you have Godzilla versus Kong, man. Oh my god, it was bad, bro. Like the first Godzilla versus Kong was cool, but then it just got campy, and I know Supernova is probably going to be super campy, but man, I just love Space Godzilla, bro. Space Godzilla is my favorite, seriously, since I was a kid. Space Godzilla.
I love Godzilla 2014. Great way to bring back the character.
I did not like that movie though. I like Godzilla in it. I just didn't like the human element.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like you kill your best actor right in the beginning, and Godzilla's also barely in it, and it's very dark too, which really sucks. Which is why also another reason I like the films that were coming out afterwards. Because I mean, you say Kong Skull Island was good. Kong Skull Island also had some really heavy comedy beats. So I mean, say what you will about,
but it was brutal.
Like, you have some comedy. You have a lot of comedy in that movie. I will say I love the body horror, the spider that is disguised as bamboo. That's so fucking cool. Like that brings you back to Peter Jackson's King Kong, which I really like.
Yeah, I was gonna say I still love 2005 Peter Jackson.
Granted, that movie's so fucking long. 3 hours. That's a long movie.
Yeah, it was way too long.
I sat through the extended version because I have the extended version on Blu-ray, and it's even longer. But there's more fight scenes in it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
probably makes up for it.
That movie at 3 hours. So the extended version, I believe, is 3 hours and 18 minutes, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I sit through that because there is just I feel like it's still a good balance between the human story, which again is a good story, and the monsters and all the
cut out some really good fight scenes.
But I like
the T-Rex fight was
I really love Am I a little upset and disappointed that they're not really going into the seriousness of like Godzilla being a prehistoric monster and all this other jazz? Yes, especially when you have King of the Monsters going into the fact that King Ghidorah was an alien, and now we're gonna have Space Godzilla coming in, who I assume they're gonna have to change the origin because you needed like 5 fucking movies of buildup for Space Godzilla, because Space Godzilla started out as a woman, turned into a rose plant, then turned into Biollante, then went into space, and then you see Mothra fuse with Space Godzilla, who's coming back to Earth and make.
Yeah, but remember, it was also the DNA of Godzilla that changed.
Yeah, the gene cells. Yes, but what I'm saying, I'm seeing her transformations of what you saw, like it took place over more. The
origin's different now. Remember they saw the cave painting. It's different. Remember, because they said that Godzilla came, the original Godzilla, which is going to be Space Godzilla, came from the sky. It was the falling from the sky.
Okay. So I'm not mad at that, and here's why I'm not mad at that. Because there was a movie that was supposed to come out before Godzilla versus Megalon, which was supposed to be Godzilla was gonna wash up on shore and basically just be gutted on beach. And they were gonna find out doing because Godzilla at this point was a friend. So it was the 70s. So they were doing trying to save Godzilla and finding out that Godzilla is actually from space and there's this planet of Godzilla monsters, and then they were going to go over to that planet. So listen, like if they're going to incorporate some scrapped Toho ideas, Godzilla versus Wolfman would be nice. I'm not mad at it because we've explored the weirdest shit from Godzilla lore. Godzilla has fought himself, who was who was also the devil in hell, and then he just shrugged that shit off and came back to the earth. Like Godzilla literally.
I'm just saying, -1 did it the best, man. -1 did it the best with the human element. Yeah, dude, like that is a true Godzilla film that they did with the humans properly.
Yep.
You know, and for the first time ever.
The buoyancy too, because people make the jokes like, "Oh, well, why is Godzilla standing in the ocean?" Because he's a fucking lizard that's super huge and shoots fucking lasers out of his mouth. Who cares?
Yeah,
but I like the explanation that they gave. Is like he's buoyant, bitch. Leave it alone. Like,
yeah,
I like that.
yeah.
I like that
I do like that, man. And
adaptations.
They made him look like a menace, though. They made him look like a menace.
But in the trailer, we don't know if it's a second one or if it's him evolving like Shin Godzilla. Because, dude, that
I think it's
snapshot.
I think it's the second one. Because remember the way it ended with the how girl had the pods in her or whatever it was.
Yes, I understand that. But remember, Godzilla was forming back right after the piece of chunk. But I would love to see if it's 2 or even if it's just him evolving like Shin Godzilla. Like as boring as Shin Godzilla was, that I fell asleep. Himself evolving.
The middle part of that movie, man, is just too long. The middle part of the Shin is too long.
But Shin Godzilla was incredible, bro. Like the design of Shin Godzilla was amazing. So I love that.
Shin Godzilla, the movie, is fantastic.
Yeah,
it's just too long. Like the subject matter and how the government was interacting, like all of that is so interesting. Yeah, it's just too long in the middle.
Yeah,
especially when you have to read it all too, because like we're not fluent in Japanese. Like I don't know where you guys are at, but like I
watch anime, bro. That doesn't bother me. You know what I mean? Like it literally was just boring.
I didn't think there would ever be a scene
fighting, but like you don't have that in this. You just have a lot of people in offices doing their 9 to 5 talking. Like that. Being in an office puts me to sleep. So like you already have a setting where I'm like,
well, so like I didn't think there will ever be a scene more boring than the pirate meeting in the third Pirates movie, because they're all sitting there and they just talk for half an hour. I fell asleep on that too because that's so boring to listen to them just haggle back and forth. Because we had to get Keith Richards in there as a pirate, and then Shin
Godzilla. He was great. But like you said, if they just shortened that meeting, been perfect. You know what I mean? But he was great. He was great as Jack's dad, dude. It was incredible.
One thing I give respect to the filmmakers of -1 though, they finally got the mechanics and the science right of what a nuclear bomb or atomic crack would do.
Yeah,
they blew it out and then sucked everything back.
Yeah, like an atomic bomb. For real, yeah,
that's science.
So his atomic blast is different. I do agree. I love the way that they did it, but his atomic blast is different in this one because it sets off a nuclear blast, whereas in other films it's just the displacement of energy. Like when he's when he does his, I can't remember what it's called. When he releases the nuclear energy as like a shield, I'm really blanking on the terminology. Like that, that's also very reminiscent of what nuclear bombs do as well. And they only show that in the Heisei series, but I fucking love it. I love that they're adding more science to the Godzilla aspect. And
I mean, even when he was purple in the last Kong movie, if you look at the radiation scale, right, of the colors, purple is higher on the radiation scale than blue is.
He's not pink.
So for him to turn purple, what I'm saying is, you know how they just changed his spikes in the New Empire because he was absorbing the radiation. Well, if you look at a radiation chart, someone posted it up, and I thought it was dope. If you look at a radiation chart, purple is higher in radiation than blue is.
It also makes sense when he's down too, because he absorbed radiation so fast that it was just
Mhm.
burning away calories in a sense. But
Yep.
it is important to note that his only food supply is radiation, and that's a very
Yep.
thing. That's something that Toho's strict on. But minus zero, to bring back what Danny said about whether or not like I'm on the side that I think it's gonna be one, then it's gonna be an evolution, because
Yep.
when in the trailer you see Godzilla in the United States. Fucking love that shot, by the way, of him by the Statue of Liberty. Someone did I love when people do the math shit, and they're like, all right, let's break it down. Let's see how big he really is in this scene. And they got it right, and they're like, he's over 100 meters in that shot. And I would just love to see that we get an opening shot of Godzilla. He's healed, and he's just hanging out in America. And then they think that they get him, and then he comes back because there is a even bigger version in that trailer where he's in the ocean and he's got spikes on him that he doesn't have in the shot when he's in the United States. So I either way, I think it's gonna be really cool.
If Homegirl does evolve into a Godzilla, though, I wouldn't be opposed to that either.
I'm
like
curious
Marcus
as to what that means too,
because we got that, like you said, Noah, we got that in the original for Space Godzilla, all that jazz. I wouldn't be opposed of that. She's that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be opposed.
Yeah, because if you look at the one at the Statue of Liberty, it looked like the smaller version of when he first attacked the military camp. Remember?
Yeah.
Where before he started evolving throughout the movie.
It looks
that movie should have been nominated for Best Picture of the Year.
Yeah, it should have.
Oh yeah.
But it's a Japanese movie, so we're not gonna do it.
No, there's some stupid rule that you can only have like one foreign film in that category, and that's what beat it out.
That's stupid.
Again, that's what I'm saying. Dumb, dude. It should have won. That's bullshit.
Yeah,
the writing, again, because it's a Japanese film, it's a foreign film.
Cinematography, everything about that movie was
that's a dumb. Like honestly, that's the dumbest shit I've ever. Like it honestly just sounds like you were scared of getting everyone else snuffed out at the Oscars.
Absolutely.
And what was the budget? The budget was only like 15 mil, right?
They said they said 10 to 15 million. They said
wow.
The director did not go into it, but he laughed and said he wished that they gave them 10 mil or 15 million, but it was anywhere. He said it was
below 15 mil.
10 to 15.
Yeah, below 15
so
mil.
It was probably like 10 mil and then like 5 million.
You have people who have never seen Godzilla films and are adamantly not fan of kaiju films going into this movie and crying because of how fucking good this story is.
It's destroyed every film that Legendary's put out. It destroyed every one.
Let me ask you this, boys. Would you, because this one, it's a destructive film, like an end of the world film, right?
Yeah.
But would you be opposed to like a horror Godzilla film, like a true like holy shit, like it's scary?
I thought that's what that was.
Yeah,
he
was scary.
That's what that was.
I know, but what I mean, like more.
No, I got you.
So I understand what
that
you're saying.
element.
Yeah, I've seen an analog short of like a found footage film of somebody. With Godzilla, with GMK Godzilla,
kind of like Cloverfield, bro.
2001.
Yeah,
and they're filming him, and I love that. I would love to see, like, if we got a found footage Godzilla film from survivors on the ground.
Dude, imagine that first attack at the military camp and found footage.
Dude, that'd be so scary, bro.
That would be terrifying.
Because also, if you watch -1 in black and white, it's a whole different level of horror.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
they really saturated the fuck out of Godzilla. Like, we want you to be terrified of him. There's a comic book out right now that's like full horror for Godzilla. I haven't been able to pick it up yet, but there is a horror Godzilla comic that's getting what is it? It's getting like amazing reviews, and it's just getting applauded all around. Godzilla started out as horror, and again, Gojira was a political horror film. That's why like it's a sci-fi thriller horror, but it's also quite terrifying, and it is. The negative emotion of dread and sadness, and I would consider that an aspect of horror, especially when
of course.
At the end of Godzilla, like Gojira, you have Godzilla dying, and you have him screaming and writhing in pain, and you have the Dr. Serizawa, who created the device that could kill Godzilla, killing himself in the process, which we see is very painful because it's just ripping oxygen out of the environment, surrounding environment, and he's doing it because he's afraid of what governments are going to do with a power of this magnitude, especially because Godzilla was formed based off of nuclear testing. So like that's like, it's horrifying to see, because, and especially when you go into the depth of the character and find out that Godzilla's scales are non-traditional and they actually look like nuclear survivor skin. Like if you go and you look at what the radiation looks like, their skin is gray and it's cracked and it looks like it's kind of falling downwards.
Yeah,
that is why Godzilla looks like that. So I do think that they took the idea of Gojira and they went balls to the walls with it in the best way you could. If you go analog found footage type horror Godzilla, like I would love that. I think that would be so fucking cool to see.
What made Minus One epic too was that this is the first time that they really showed his intelligence too.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that was the one thing a lot of the movies skim away from is like how intelligent Godzilla really was.
They say Series and Final Wars would like to have a conversation with you.
No, but what I understand what Marcus is saying is the most recent ones. But no, I could just imagine, even if it's not the explosion of the atomic breath, let's say like you just have the fire, right? Imagine seeing people getting fucking lit by that bitch, screaming in pain for the radiation on the floor, and it's found footage and
Game
your
of Thrones.
POV,
Final season.
like your POV, like holy shit.
Also,
you know what I mean? Like,
that he emits high levels of radiation too, so people that are near him are going to have their skin start falling off and being affected by the radiation. So, to see that, like,
oh my god, that'd be
terrifying too.
You know what? You know, I don't know if you've all seen it, but that's like there's a found footage film called The Bay, where there's a disease that hits and it causes
the skin disorder disease.
Yep, it's causing the skin disorder. You're talking about that, and that was terrifying. So if you put that concept combined with Godzilla,
that was shot like not too far from me in Baltimore when I lived in Baltimore, because
nice.
It took place in Chesapeake Bay. So,
All right, guys. I say we call it for this Sunday. We'll be back next Sunday. Don't forget to tune into Geekly, where the boys
check out Exit 8 if you get a chance. Check out Exit 8.
Check out Exit 8. I know the boys this week are planning on talking about Avatar and the nonsense that is. I will not be watching it.
And also don't forget
series. You didn't watch the animated series, so
the QR code, guys. Don't forget, please. Support
somewhere above my head.
Board game. Yes, please support the stream board game, man. All of us have been working hard on it here at Nerdbox, so please tell your mom, your friend, everybody. Scan that QR code, and we love your support for all of us indie people. You know what I mean? We did indie films, we do indie games, so please, all of your support, really appreciate it.
You guys.
Yep. All right. Yeah, there should be some news articles popping out this week on some horror sites, so take a look at that. All right, we'll talk to you later, guys. Have a great week.
Have a good night, guys. And make sure you go to the comments and bully Dave because he hasn't seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, the animated series, and he doesn't want to watch it.
Never watching it.
You need to.
I don't want to watch Caillou. I don't need to watch Caillou.
Again,
it is not Caillou. Trust me.
Saying that just proves that you have no idea what